Welcome to our English class online. Today we are going to talk about future plans and intentions. Now, we have the object. The objective of this class is by the end of this topic, students will be able to express plans, offers, promises, predictions, and intentions. When do we are going to use the future? We are going to use for an intention is a plan for the future that you have already thought about going to, is often used in the past tense to talk about an unfulfilled intention. To talk about activities that we plan and we have the intention of doing them, we use this structure. It is very important to know how to express these types of ideas because we can talk anything that has to do in our daily lives. In this case, we have three different forms to build sentences in English. We have sentences in affirmative, negative, and interrogative form or questions. Now, for this form, we use the subjects at the beginning. When we build sentences in affirmative form, the first thing that we are going to use is the subject. Yes, for example, I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. Later, we are going to use the verb to be in present that change to am, are, is, are. I am, you are, he is, she is, it is, we are, and they are. After am, are, is, we are going to use going to for all the subjects. Okay, this is our structure in affirmative form. And last one, we have the main verb in infinitive. In this case, we can see eat. I am going to eat. You are going to eat. He is going to eat. She is going to eat. It is going to eat. We are going to eat. They are going to eat. Yes, for he, she, and it, we are going to use is, but with you, we, and they, we are going to use are, but with I, we are going to use am. Okay? This is a structure that we use in affirmative form when we talk about plans or intention. In this case, we have negative form. When we build sentences in negative form, we use the subjects at the beginning, I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. Later, we are going to use the verb to be am, are, is, plus not or n apostrophe t, that is the contractions. Later, we are going to use going to, and last one, we are going to use the main verb in infinitive. Example, I am not going to eat, or I'm not going to eat. We have you aren't or you are not going to eat. He isn't or he is not going to eat. She isn't or she is not going to eat. It isn't or it is not going to eat. We aren't or we are not going to eat. They aren't or they are not going to eat. This is the correct form that we use in negative. When we're talking about negative sentences all the time, it's possible that you use not or n apostrophe t. Okay? Now, we are going to continue with interrogative form. In this form, the verb to be in present am, are, is change at the beginning of the question. You have am, are, is at the beginning. Later, we are going to use all the subjects. I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. And after that, we are going to use going to. After that, we are going to use the main verb in infinitive. That in this case, we use it. And last one, we have the question mark at the end. Don't forget it because it's very important to build sentences in interrogative form. And we have, am I going to eat? Are you going to eat? Is he going to eat? Is she going to eat? Is it going to eat? Are we going to eat? Are they going to eat? When we build sentences in interrogative form, we have possible answers. In this case, I am going to show you short answers. In this case, we can use yes, they are, yes, he is, yes, she is, no, she isn't, no, they aren't, yes. These are all the short answers that we can use for interrogative form. Now we have some examples where we have the future plans and intentions. In this case, the first example that we have, in March, he's going to take a trip to a warm, sunny place. We have a plan here. And in December, he's going to become a father. This is affirmative sentence that we use going to. In May, his parents are going to move to a beautiful city in California, and they have a plan for May. Okay? Now, for negative sentences, we have they are not going to have a party. Second example, in July, they are not going to Cancun. And last one, we have they are not going to play American football. We have an exercise. Put the verbs into the correct form using going to. We have 5 different sentences. Number 1, we have the subject it, and later we have the verb rain. Number 2, we have the subject they, and we have in parentheses the verb it. Number 3, we have the subject Jack, and in parentheses we have not and the verb help. Number 4, we have in parentheses verb live, and in this case the subject they. Number 5, we have the subject we, and we have the verb to be are in present. In parentheses we have not and we have spent. We have to change these sentences in negative, affirmative, and interrogative form. We have the first it, and you have the subject it and rain. In this case, we are going to use is because I am talking about the subject it. After that, it is an affirmative. Going to, and last one we have the main verb rain. This is the correct form. It is going to rain is in affirmative form. We have number 2, they. In this case, remember, we are going to use are with I, we, you, and they. They, we have are, and later we are going to use going to, and last one we have the main verb eat. They are going to eat is in affirmative. Now, with sentence number 3, we can see the subject Jack, but in parentheses we have not and the main verb. In this case, we are going to use Jack. Remember, we are going to use is with he, she, and it. Jack is not, or in this case, isn't. Is not going to help you. Okay, we have, in this case, Jack is not going to help you is in negative form. Now we have number 4, and we can see the question mark at the end. In this case, you have to build an interrogative form. In this case, you have they. Remember, we are going to use am, are, is at the beginning of the questions. Are, and later we are going to use they going to leave the house. Are they going to leave the house? This is the correct form for interrogative. Now, we have the subject we, and later we are going to use are because it's we. Now, we have in parentheses not and spend. In this case, we are not going to spend our holiday abroad this year. This is the correct form of these sentences. It is going to rain. They are going to eat. Jack is not going to help you. Are they going to leave the house? We are not going to spend our holiday abroad this year. Now we have finished our classes online. And now I am going to talk about in Spanish. Antes que nada les doy mis más sincero agradecimiento por haberme acompañado en las clases en línea y de manera tan efectiva en el desarrollo de sus actividades. Gracias por su entusiasmo, por su dedicación al trabajo, por su apertura al cambio de trabajar de esta manera a distancia. Todos los plazos se vencen y hoy nos llegó el momento de despedirnos. Recuerda no rendirte, no ceder, aunque el frío queme, aunque el miedo muerda, aunque el sol se esconda y se calle el viento, aún hay fuego en tu alma, aún hay vida en tus sueños, porque la vida es tuya y tuyo también el deseo, porque cada día es un comienzo nuevo. Muchas gracias por su atención, los quiero mucho y espero verlos pronto.